but we ruined partner's plan, right? We're the bad guys in this scenario. So this is day 3 of the event, and unfortunately we're kind of out of it for this month, but I will be playing through the last 16 boards from today's set just to get our finish wherever it is that we end up. But day 1 we had a lot of very flat boards. There was not a lot of chance for us to make any sort of moves. I think we had one unfortunate result that day, one pretty good result, but ended up with a 56. Day 2 was a lot more of the same. Hey Craig, even you did better than me. Yes, LOL. It was a little bit more difficult yesterday with really nothing to be done on about 12 of the deals. But taking a look at the leaderboard, so this was just from day 2. We see a couple of scores in the high 60s. And overall, I mean, we're sitting at 126, the average of 55. And Alex Perlin's still up here in the lead. He has a 67. He's 2.5% over second place. Probably going to be able to cruise to a victory. I mean, obviously he's still going to need a good day 3, and if he has a little bit of the luck that we've been having for the past couple of days, there's probably some chance that he slips from first, but he is doing quite well. These were our results from yesterday, percentage-wise. So, you know, other than the very unfortunate board 12, where maybe we didn't exactly think through the play all that well, just way too many boards that are just like 50, 51, 50, 50, 51, 52, 54. No chance for us to really make up any ground on the field on these. But we're into day 3. So, board 1, as always, take a look at the auction first. We got 16 more boards, declare play only, match points. 2 passes to us. We open a diamond in third seat. A little bit of an unusual hand. We have a 15 count, 6-card diamond suit, partner's a passed hand. I would be tempted to go looking for 3-no on hands like this if partner had some values, but as the auction develops, West bids a spade, our partner makes a negative double. We decide to bid 2 diamonds. I think personally I would just pass the double of 1 spade with 4 spades over here. The opponents are pretty unlikely to have a bunch of spades in their hands. It's possible that our partner is short in diamonds, and we might be able to get in and give them a diamond ruff, for example. We might also get spade ruffs ourselves, like if partner leads a club or a heart, we can unblock the club ace and then hopefully partner gets in at some point. I would be very tempted to try for 300 on defense, I think. But 2 diamonds is... The thing about 2 diamonds is it's not even clear if this is going to get us to the games that we're kind of hoping for with this hand. Like, we have 7 tricks and no trump in our hand, but 2 diamonds could often just be based on like a 11 count with a 6-card suit, the same hand without the club ace, for example. I don't feel comfortable jumping to 3 diamonds, but, you know, all that said, I kind of wonder about the 2 diamond bid. I mean, honestly, maybe if we're not passing the double, we should bid a no trump. Really hard to say. We have a spade. Like, this hand looks like it should just play better in no trump than in diamonds, but we'll see how it goes. Ace of diamonds opening lead. Okay. Well, we have a lot of diamonds between us, so I guess that might mean passing out 1 spade doubled would have worked out poorly. Ace of diamonds and a diamond to the king. We do have a dummy entry, if that ever becomes relevant in the trump suit. Looks like we're going to be scoring a dummy entry with the spade queen. All right. I'm trying to figure out if there's any way I can actually run a bunch of tricks and try and catch West in, like an unusual situation where they might not know which king to keep in. I guess I probably can, right? I can cross in clubs, ruff a spade, cross in hearts, and then run all of my tricks. They won't have seen me show out in clubs. That looks like the only chance I have to kind of swindle them and score an extra trick here. So probably not going to work, but I mean, this is at least an attempt if the opponents don't get their signals right in the club suit. Looks like maybe the kings are split. East had the king of hearts, West had the king of clubs. Not much we could do. Another flat board. At least we're getting all the flat boards out of the way early. So that hopefully we can do a little bit better this weekend in the Robot NABC. Pass by East, we open a spade in the second seat, unfavorable. We got 15 once again, which passes out. No surprise, partner's kind of broke. The opponents might not have very much in terms of values. Opening club lead. I guess we need to decide, well, at some point we're going to need to decide which finesse we want to try and take. Because, for example, we could effectively force a dummy entry with the jack of spades by just leading the 10 of spades out of hand and use that entry to take a diamond finesse. Or we could potentially get over to the diamond queen to take a spade finesse. Wow, this is an interesting first trick. 3, 5, 9. East continues the king of clubs. 3, 5, 9. Like, is there any real chance East has all of the ace, king, queen, jack of clubs? I mean, they didn't open in first seat. They also didn't balance 2 clubs over a spade. He switches to hearts. Yeah, I was going to say, I was beginning to think that West has underled the club ace. So it looks like clubs are 4-4 to me. No guarantee on that, but that's just kind of how it seems. West has turned up with the ace of hearts, ace of clubs. Like, you would expect West to probably have the diamond king, otherwise why wouldn't they lead a diamond? But then maybe I also expect West to have the spade queen. I'm not sure. Underleading the ace of clubs is a very risky thing to do, just in general. I mean, we'll rough this trick, but So I guess there's a couple of options. I could just lay down the ace, king of spades if I kind of believe that West has this 13 count and didn't find a bid. Maybe West is something like 2, 3, 4, 4 in shape. I suppose more likely is like 3, 3, 4, 3 in shape. I guess that's what I'm gonna do. Like, the alternative I was thinking of was, like, maybe I just lead a diamond up to the queen. And if we presume that West, the reason West underled an ace is that they have the diamond king. Then we could try spade finesse, but it's a little bit scary. If I lead a diamond, West wins the king, plays back a diamond, I win, I try spade finesse, it loses, they get diamond rough. I'm just gonna do something simple. Ace of spades, king of spades. This makes some sense. Yeah, this is another reason why West might lead a club, trying to tap me when they have spade length. So that's unfortunate, because this might mean that we lose an extra trick in the end game here. I do still think that clubs are pretty likely to be 4-4 between the hands. I guess we lead a diamond now. There's the king of diamonds. No surprise. The diamond gets returned. Now we're safe. Now we can just knock out the last spade. West had ace, third of clubs. It's a little surprising to me. I mean, a low spade looks like a pretty safe opening lead from West's hand. We can clearly tell why they don't want to lead hearts or diamonds. West had a 15 count, decided not to overcall a no trump. Favorable with a spade stopper. I think a lot of people would just overcall a no trump on that. Looks like a pretty normal thing to do. Board 3. We open a heart. That is a gross one heart opener. 12 highs, but 10 fifth of hearts. Partner bids a spade, we bid a no trump. Kind of interesting. I guess I'm just saying that because we do have 3-card spade support. It's not like, and I think this is probably one of the reasons why a lot of people play Flannery, so that one heart, one spade shows 5, and you can raise with 3. Because I have a fairly strong belief that you should almost always raise with 3 in this position, rather than bidding a no trump. Like, you have distribution, right? You have to have at least one doubleton when you've started with 5 hearts and 3 spades. Oftentimes you're going to have a singleton as well. And suit contracts are just going to play better than no trump a lot of the time. But anyway, so South bids a no trump, partner raises to 3 now. Here we are. We get a club lead. Partner has a big hand, 18. Not even interested in checking to see if we might have a slam with both of those good heart honors. No wasted jacks. All right. How many tricks do we have? We have 4 clubs, 2 spades, 2 diamonds, and a heart at least. So hopefully we make this one. It looks like our best chance at 12 tricks is to try and score 4 hearts, which we might be able to do. Do I have the entries to score 4 hearts? Club, I win the 10, I play heart to the queen. If it wins, ace of hearts, cross back in clubs, let's say, play another heart. I feel like there's not much to the play. I mean, we could play on other suits, but then we're giving up on our chance for 12 tricks. So long tank by West, 3 of hearts. Long tank by East, king of hearts. Uh-oh. This is not exactly what I was hoping for. Diamond switch, I think we gotta try the finesse at the very least. Okay. Still feels like we should go after the heart suit. But now at least we have a couple of other options. I could duck a spade right now. If I can score 3 spades to go with my 3 clubs and 2 diamonds and the ace of hearts, I don't need the hearts to come in. Okay, I think I'm on board with that plan. Like, I guess in theory, if the jack of hearts falls, there might be a major suit squeeze against some opponent. If they also have 4 spades or the queen jack of spades, but I think playing for 12 tricks is a little bit too risky. Like, if I unblock the heart ace and the jack of hearts or the 9 of hearts don't fall, then ducking a spade might result in me losing 2 more tricks. Do I need to unblock the ace of diamonds before I do this? Just trying to be careful about preserving all my squeeze chances. I don't think so. I duck a spade, they play back, say, a club, which is kind of most annoying. I win the ace, ace of diamonds, ace of hearts, run the clubs and the king of diamonds, cross to the king of spades. Or, wait a second, if East had returned to... Oh, but if East had returned to spade, I would have scored 3 spades naturally. Yeah. I was all good. Always safe. So heart to the ace, jack doesn't drop. That's good news. East started with a lot of diamonds. All right, 11 tricks. So setting up hearts wasn't going to work. If East had just not returned a diamond, giving me the free finesse, then I think I was going to lose an extra trick. My plan was basically just going to be to go after the heart suit to score enough. Yeah, I played a spade to the 9 in North Sand. Yep. Board 4, 3 passes around to us, we open a heart, partner bids a no trump, we jump to 3 hearts. I think I've talked about this before, but just to reiterate, I mean, there's kind of like 3 different, well, I guess if you're counting a 1 heart, 1 no, 4 hearts, there's like 4 different ranges of hands where we have a 6th trump in these auctions. Like, we could open 2 hearts in 4th seat, we could bid a heart, then 2 hearts, 1 heart, 3 hearts, and then 1 heart, 4 hearts. Yeah, hello ATN and PJF. Welcome to day 3. I would like to call it a victory lap, but because there's never going to be any victory, I don't even think if we get 100% on our boards today, which is clearly not happening after the first few, that we would have a chance to win. I mean, maybe 100% would be good enough, but pretty unlikely. So I think the 3 heart bid should probably be forcing. At least that's my feeling, because a heart, a no trump, 2 hearts is probably extras. But Craig says clear 2 no opener in 4th. I mean, it has the value for a 2 no opener. I'll definitely give you that. Like, in terms of playing strength, it's definitely there. I feel like, though, we might miss out on, you know, like 4 of a major being a better spot. Sometimes. Partner could have no club stopper, for example. Didn't Brad demonstrate how to get 100%? It's almost impossible to get 100%. I was thinking we might actually look at Perlin's results after I finish the set today, because he always does very well. And I mean, a 74% game is enormous. I think the highest I've ever had in one of these on like a one session thing was like a 72% maybe. So 74 is quite a bit more than that. But we'll play through today first to see what's going on. Heart and no trump, 3 hearts. We get the 10 of clubs lead. I have a lot of finesses to take and only one dummy entry. Unless this is from a doubleton. Oh boy, excuse me. I mean, if this leads from a doubleton, it doesn't really matter what I do. I could play the ace or the queen and eventually knock out the king of clubs, and if it's a singleton, I mean, there's a little bit of a scare that it could go queen of clubs, king, club ruff, spade to the ace, club ruff. But I mean, at least I got the spade finesse out of it, which was always working. I don't know. So if I win the club ace, what is my plan? I need to guess which pointed suit finesse to take at trick 2. I suppose I would lead a spade for lack of anything better to do. I think I'm just going to put in the queen of clubs. Or, you know what? I could play low. Yeah, I could also play low at trick 1. If East doesn't overtake, then West has to lead into me. I'm gonna try that. Sure. I don't know. Like from a double dummy perspective, the ace of clubs is just clearly best, I think. But then because I have to guess what suit to play next, I'm just gonna play low. All right, East plays the jack. Continues a heart. So this is okay news, because at least now we get to pull trumps, and the clubs will always be set up eventually. Or I could try and set up the diamonds. I mean, like, if West has both the ace of spades and king of diamonds, then I don't want to duck a club to East. East will get in and put a spade throw. So I alternatively could go ace of diamonds, queen of diamonds. Trying to set up the long diamond suit in dummy. I don't know. We'll see what the opponents discard, but I do need to make like 2 and maybe even a 3rd discard from dummy, depending on how the hearts split. I guess I can pitch a spade for now. And a... club. Hearts do split. We don't know anything about the auction, right? It's just pass, pass, pass to us. East is turned up with the king, jack of clubs and nothing else. Oh my god, you know what? I just pitched a club and I didn't realize that clubs might still be 2-2. I feel like I've blown this really badly, haven't I? Okay, fine. I'm really not on good form today. That's all right. Like, it's kind of tempting to believe that West started with a singleton club, but I mean, there's no reason for me to think that. That was just an arbitrary thought. I'm gonna play another heart. I know the robots give accurate signals. West pitches a low diamond. East also pitches a low diamond. Okay, this was not a useful exercise. I'm gonna go ace queen of diamonds. I don't know why. I have some feeling that clubs aren't splitting and that the diamond king is offside. Ace of spades was on. Were clubs splitting? They were not! Aha! I think we got a really good result on this one. I don't know why I had that belief. It was like a table feel thing. But it worked out. Not sure. Maybe East thought for a while before playing that jack of clubs and I picked up on it. Who knows? Anyway, we're on to board 5, so that was a pretty good hand. I feel like if I hadn't pitched that club, though, from dummy, I would have just ended up making 9 tricks. Maybe. I guess not. I was always going to be able to run the clubs and pitch my diamond loser after East goes ace of spades, spade. All right, board 5. We're here. Pass by North. 2 hearts by East. We bid 2 spades. Sure. It feels like the least of all evils. I mean, I think passing 2 hearts is also okay, but I don't know. We have a 5-card spade suit. We have some values. May as well get into the auction. Sometimes we go for 1100. 2 spades passes out. Fortunately, partner table is a pretty good hand with some spade support. King of diamonds lead. Ace of diamonds. Okay. Diamond rough. We'll definitely see a heart switch. Okay, the king of hearts is good news, I think, because this gives me the chance to duck and cut communication if I want. It is pretty likely that either the spades split 2-2 from here, or East is down to a singleton. East preempting 2 hearts. They would never do this on a 4-card spade suit. I've never seen the robots do it with side 4-card major. Sometimes they'll do it with side 3-card majors. So I think what I want to do is duck this heart, win the ace of hearts, and then go ace of spades, spade. And even if West is able to pull both of dummies trumps and then tap me in diamonds, I can run all of the spades. And I'll have like a guess for the queen of clubs because East will get squeezed down to a doubleton club. So I'll either be able to finesse the club or East will unguarded, and then I can just go king ace, drop the queen. So that seems like the right plan to me. ATN says, on the previous board, board 4, ducking the club is wrong when clubs are 3-1 and East has the ace of spades. Yeah, I had mentioned that. Like, there are 2 club ruffs and things go really badly for us. But for one thing, there's no reason for East to believe that their partner has led a singleton. So it's not like it's so automatic for it to go 10 of clubs to the jack and then a club return. And yeah, so I think like most of the time East is just going to overtake the jack of clubs and switch to like diamonds or something, or trumps, both of which make a little more sense than banking everything on partner having led a singleton. All right, ace of spades and a spade. There we go. So now we can rough our heart and dummy, and we have the rest. Queen of clubs was on side either way. 110. East did in fact have 3 trumps. Whoa, this is quite the hand. Look at this. East opens a heart, we bid Michaels. I think I actually really like this auction. I like the Michaels bid to show that we're 2 suited. And then I like bidding 4 spades next. I mean, I think my plan effectively would be to treat this as like a 6-5 type, where we bid Michaels and then pull whatever partner does to spades to show longer spades than our minor. I think I like what we did. Partner doubled 4 hearts, which does give me a little bit of a pause for concern. I think passing the double 4 hearts is probably okay, but it's not as if partner's expecting us to have a ton of defense. I think we're a little bit short on defense for our Michaels bid, but partner wasn't really expecting anything from us. King, queen of clubs is likely to produce a trick. The bad heart split seems pretty likely, but we'll see. Okay, partner. Partner just has like a very normal 4 spade bid opposite our Michaels bid, and instead has doubled the opponents in 4 hearts. Well played. So we're in 4 spades. We get a diamond lead. I will cover. Yeah, I was thinking that East might do this, try that ace of diamonds. That 8 of diamonds really looked like a, it was high from a doubleton at trick 1. So it looks like East started with ace, king, 5th of diamonds and 5 hearts at least for their 1 heart bid. They didn't switch to clubs. I have the feeling that spades are probably 3-0, with West having 3 of them. How confident am I in that assessment? If East was 1-5-5-2, I guess they probably wouldn't switch to clubs. Although, if they were 1-5-5-2 with the singleton king of spades, maybe they would. Because then if it could go club to their partner's queen, ace of clubs, club, trump promotion, they score their stiff king of spades. I guess if East has the club ace, Yeah, I think I'm gonna rough this with the 7, and I'm gonna take a spade finesse. Okay. Good start. I have 3 discards on the Ace of Hearts, Jack 10 of Diamonds for 3 small clubs. So we can actually just claim they get the club ace. $4.50. Feels like a pretty flat board. I mean, the fact that spades are 2-1 instead of 3-0 means that almost any line of play is going to work out. Like if people decide to rough that second round of diamonds with a big spade on her, they are not going to go down, or not going to lose an extra trick if spades were 3-0. We got to 2 spades, and it feels like someone has done something really dumb on this hand. Not going to point any fingers, but just going to glare across the table menacingly. We have passed. West opens a club. Our partner makes a takeout double. Cool. East bids 2 clubs. We pass again. Seems reasonable. We don't have enough values to bid 2 spades. Pass, pass. Our partner balances with double again. Great. Okay. Well, we bid our long major, 2 spades. So what happened here, for those at home wondering, the insight into the robot psyche, partner is too strong to bid 1 heart over 1 club. And so partner makes a takeout double first. Then 2 clubs came back around to them, and they decided that they were still too strong to just bid 2 hearts. So they made another takeout double, hoping that they could then bid 2 hearts later. But we ruined partner's plan, right? We're the bad guys in this scenario. If only we had bid 2 diamonds, then partner would have been able to bid 2 hearts and complete the description of their hand. But since we've forced them to the 3 level, they weren't good enough to double twice and then bid 3 hearts. That would show too many values. Therefore, they just had to pass 2 spades. That legitimately is what happened. I don't care if you don't like it, but that's why we're here. So, well, we have some problems. I guess let's see what happens the first few tricks. King of clubs lead. East drops the queen. Ace of clubs. East drops the jack. Club to the 10. Sure. And a diamond switch. How am I going to take more tricks than the field? I mean, there's some chance that East has a doubleton heart, and if I go Ace, King, Queen of Hearts, they don't rough because they're concerned about protecting their own trump holding. Is that possible? I mean, my alternative is I could just duck a diamond and try and rough a bunch of diamonds in my hand. The auction was West opened a club, East bid 2 clubs. I mean, I guess that means that West doesn't have 4 diamonds. We know clubs are 4-3, with East having 4 of them. So West has at most 3 diamonds. I think I should play low. I really don't want East to get in with the Queen of Diamonds later and then put that 13th club on the table. So I feel like I really want to cut off the communication to East Sand. Yeah, 4-4-2-3 shape from West is the one that we really want to avoid. I think if hearts were 4-1, though, East might have returned their singleton heart rather than lead a diamond away from the queen, which just feels weird. I honestly don't know what to do. I kind of feel like maybe I should just play the ace, king, queen of hearts while that ace of spades is still in the dummy. Pull trumps. Yeah, I'll get right on that. Don't you worry. So, like, I could lead a diamond pitching a heart right now. I guess West also pitches a heart. Never mind. This just doesn't help me in any way. I was thinking if I lead a diamond pitching a heart and West, like... Wait a second. Wait a second. West can't have 5 spades. We know they have at most 3 hearts. We know they have exactly 3 clubs. Yeah, they have to have 3 diamonds. Okay, so I could actually rough a diamond right now, safely. I guess I'll do that. Great. Good talk. Now... I can play a heart to the queen, East will rough. Yeah, if I play a heart to the queen and East roughs and they play a diamond, I rough, West over roughs, and then exits a spade, and then I'm kind of like trump cooing myself. I would need East to have the king of spades to score an extra trick from there. I don't think there's anything I can do. Doesn't West have to be exactly 4-3-3? Yeah, they do. Ace of spades, heart, queen. But see, the problem is on ace of spades, queen of hearts, East wins, and then they play a trump. And I think a trump is a very easy switch for East to find in that position. I'm trying to think of like a clever way to make it so that they don't figure out how to switch to trumps. Maybe I can't do anything about it. All right, let's play a spade to the ace, and let's play a low heart. He roughs anyway. They played a club! We did it! Look at us go. The king of spades was onside. That's really sad. So once again, our play just didn't matter at all. Thanks, partner. Down 2, undoubled. No problem. I'm sure that there weren't any other alternative contracts we could have ended up in. Board 8, pass, pass, pass. We open a heart. 1 spade by partner. 2 diamonds by us. 2 spades by partner. 3 hearts by us. Huh. It's a bit of a tricky spot. I guess the auction seems fine. I would definitely be concerned that partner once again forgot to preempt in second seat, and they have the 6-card spade suit. I don't know why they're not doing it, but we can't really let them play 2 spades. They might have jack 6, I guess. So 3 hearts, probably the least of all evils. Here we are, like, what's wrong with preempting this hand? Actually, here's an important question. Has anyone in the audience seen the robots preempt with 6-5? I feel like they're actually programmed not to preempt with 5-5 in 2 suits, or 6-5 in 2 suits. And their whole plan is they want to like come in and bid Michaels later, or unusual, with those hand types. I don't know if that's been everyone else's experience, but I have noticed a large pattern of them, specifically with 5-5 or 6-5s, not preempting. Well, we get trump lead. It looks to me like we might need to guess the 9 of diamonds or something is going to be the plan. I mean, the normal way to play the diamond suit is just to play the king, jack, and 10 and try and knock out all of the cards in the suit. But I'm wondering, if I pull trumps and lead a diamond to the jack and West doesn't play the queen, is there any reason for me to stick in the 7? I don't know. We'll think about it when we get there. Heart to the 10. You've noticed the pattern that they actually just don't bid well no matter what cards they hold? I second that. There probably isn't a good reason to stick in the 7 of diamonds. Like, what if that trick holds? Or, more relevantly, what if then when I play the jack of diamonds next, it holds, right? I think I just need to play diamonds from the top. Okay. What? Why did East return a diamond? No. Why? East forgot that they could just, like, play a spade. We made our contract. ATN says he's noticed that most humans play better than the bots. I think you're overvaluing the human, the human connection here. I actually think the bots play pretty well in general. They're like A-level club players. That's kind of where I would rate them. And I don't believe that most human players are A-level club players. Maybe the people who watch this channel. You hear that, chat? You're better than the average human bridge player. You can give yourselves a pat on the back. But, all right, we're halfway through. 8 boards to go. PJF does not speak for all of chat. We're in 4 hearts. Board 9. Pass, pass. We've opened a spade. Partner bids a no trump. We bid 2 hearts. Partner jumps to game. That's ambitious as a passed hand. Especially when we're in 3rd seat favorable and we have both majors. I mean, we could have like a 6 count to do this. I suppose with a 6 count, maybe we pass a no trump. I'm not sure. But still. This is an ambitious bid from our partner over there. We get a trump lead, not that unexpected. Looks pretty natural to lead clubs at trick 2, I guess. Try and set up some club tricks. I mean, alternatively, we could win the king of hearts and go spade, spade, rough, diamond. And if the diamond ace is on side, maybe we get a second spade rough. I mean, if the diamond ace is offside, we're not doing too hot on this line of play. King of hearts, spade to the ace, spade rough, diamond. Let's say East even just wins the ace and returns a trump. I guess we would win in hand, ruff a spade high, diamond to the king, pull the last trump, knock out the fourth spade. They tap us in diamonds, we can cash the last spade and lead a club, and maybe we get a club trick in the end. That's only if the ace of diamonds is on side. I'm just going to lay a club to the jack. I don't know, it was my first instinct, so let's roll with it. Two rounds of trumps from West. We have to decide also if West flew the ace of clubs because they have both the ace and queen or not. I still think I'm playing a club to the jack. I guess the question now is just, how do I manage my entries, and do I continue pulling trumps or not? It looks like East has the third trump. West led the 9 of hearts and now the 7. Sure, let's just pull all the trumps. I don't know, I don't want clubs to be 5-2 and someone gets a ruff. So club to the jack. Obviously, West just flies ace of clubs for no reason. Fair enough. Low diamond. Well, East can't have the ace for the low diamond switch, so I guess I will play low. That worked out. That worked out great. I guess I'm down 1 though. Nothing I can do about a diamond loser. Well, I guess a spade loser, I mean. Minus 50. Could we do better? Well, it looks like spades were 5-2, so I guess the plan of roughing spades also wasn't going to go very well. And the ace of diamonds was offside. Yeah, I think we actually did quite well on this hand, despite losing 2 club tricks. Could I have done better? Maybe. Not sure. But that felt like an okay result. We're also just like kind of 1 entry short of actually making 10 tricks there if we were able to end in dummy. Would have all worked out. We're in 4 hearts. Pass, pass. 4 clubs by West. Partner doubles. We bid 4 hearts. I always find these auctions difficult to judge. I mean, I tend to think that passing these doubles a lot of the time is often the right thing to do, but it's definitely scary. 4 hearts probably is pretty natural. But our hand's so balanced, it almost feels like we're unlikely to make 4 hearts, and so maybe our best plus position could be in 4 clubs doubled. Partner just has a bunch of aces and kings there. The king of diamonds might take a trick. At imps, of course, you just bid game. No questions asked, but at match points, it's a little bit of a different consideration. Wow. Partner has a hand. King of clubs lead. People arguing about statistics. Did you know that 80% of statistics are made up? I'm quite confident about that exact number. Now it's 81%. Hey, you. Don't you question my authority on statistics. West didn't lead a diamond or a spade. I mean, West could be voiding diamonds. The problem I foresee I guess I don't foresee much of a problem. Trumps could be 4-0, and that would be really bad. But maybe that's also still not a problem. If trumps are 3-1, I can just pull 3 rounds of trumps, set up the spade suit, ruff the club return, knock out the diamond ace, and take 11 tricks. Okay, but I think this is fine. I do want to be a little bit careful in that I would still like to take the spade finesse. So if I play a diamond to the king, if the diamond to the king loses, that's really bad for me, because then they can return a diamond. Can I cross in hearts and take the spade finesse? First question. I play a heart to like the 7. I run the 9 of spades. It loses. East returns a trump. I win in hand. I don't think I can cross in trumps. I think I end up a trick short. So I guess I do need to cross in diamonds. Okay, now we're in good shape. Spade finesse wins is interesting. If I take another spade finesse and it wins, I can cross in trumps, ruff a club, pull trumps, and then run the spades. Hold on, how many tricks am I getting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more? A little bit of a tricky hand to play. I mean, maybe cashing the king of hearts was bad. Should I have led a low heart to the queen in hand? I was worried about leading a heart to the queen because if trumps were 4-0, I might run out of high trumps. It would have made my entry situation a bit better. I'm not sure. Tough hand to analyze. Oh well, we came out ahead. Board 11. We pass in first seat. West opens a club, partner doubles. East bids 2 clubs. We bid 2 diamonds on this hand. I'm not sure I like bidding diamonds in this auction. Our suit's pretty weak. We're very limited in values. I mean, we're past hand, so partner knows we don't have much, but I think because takeout doubles tend to show the unbid majors for the most part, partner's not promising a diamond fit, I would be a little bit concerned we might end up in a 5-2 fit on a bad day. Anyway, well, we're in 2 diamonds. How did it go? Partner's 4-4, 3-2. Get a heart lead. King of Hearts showing the ace. Ace of Hearts. Weird. And a heart? What is West doing? I guess West has like the King of Spades and they're terrified of switching to spades, but I mean, like, they know that they just blew a trick, right? Isn't it obvious that they just pitched a trick by not switching to spades? Really weird. So West has started with the Ace King of Hearts. It really looks like the King of Spades. So I guess that means East probably has the Diamond King and the Club King for their response. Okay. West has started with 3 hearts, it looks like. I mean, maybe what's going on is West actually has 4 hearts. West was hoping to give their partner a heart ruff. I guess I just assumed that West was, like, afraid of switching to spades, but maybe they were really hoping that their partner could ruff this 3rd round. Not a problem that you have in, like, real bridge, but in robot bridge you do have this issue. Well, let's pitch a spade. I think I'm gonna lead a low diamond. Probably planning on playing the queen if East ducks, but we'll see when we get there. I assume East is not going to duck if they have the king. East switches to a low club. That makes me inclined to believe that the king of clubs is sitting with West. I mean, it would be awesome if East had just, like, returned a trump. I guess that was never going to happen. But then I could pull trumps and then lead a club up to the queen. So if I win the ace of clubs and then I pull trumps, I have 2 club losers. And if I duck this trick, West can win and play a heart, giving East a ruff. I mean, I guess I'll duck. No hearts? No. That's okay. We can pitch our spade loser to avoid having, like, an uncomfortable trump guess. So, 90. They didn't defend very well, but we're pretty happy with the result. We got a plus score. 5 boards to go. Partner opens a heart. We bid a spade. Looks good. Partner jumps to 3 diamonds. Could be anything. We bid 3 now. Is anyone else concerned that we might have missed a slam, like if partner has a small singleton spade over there? Our Queen of Hearts and Queen of Diamonds are pretty important cards on this auction. I don't know what we're supposed to do with this hand. I mean, probably 3-0 is the best that we can manage. 3 hearts would tend to show a little bit more heart support than we have. Although space is a bit cramped, right? It's not as if 3 hearts has to be on our doubleton of hearts, for example. It could just be marking time. Yeah, it's a little bit tricky. This is why jump shifts should really only be reserved for like very specific hands though, because I would want to be able to have some sort of slam investigation with this sort of hand. You know, maybe not a serious try, but I think we're kind of getting close, right? Like, what is partner supposed to do if they're singleton, ace, king, jack, 6th, ace, king, 5th, singleton or something? Ace, king, jack, 5th, I guess, singleton, right? Now we're cold for slam on 4-2 splits, a 4-2 diamond split. And 4-2 heart split. Anyway, we're in 3 now. Looks like we have not missed a slam. This time we're off 2 aces. I would really prefer to be in a suit though. That looks like an important alternative thought. So we get a diamond lead at trick 1. Yikes. If East has the ace of diamonds, I think we're in a lot of trouble. I'm tempted to try something like a little bit. I'm gonna try and like pretend as if I've misguessed the diamonds. So I think I like playing the king of diamonds at trick 1. It might incentivize East to not switch to spades, I guess. I don't know. It's going to be really hard for them to not switch to spades. Thanks, Craig. See you later. Maybe we should play the jack of diamonds. So, like, suppose East was looking at ace 10 third of diamonds. It goes 2 of diamonds, jack, ace. And East also has the ace of spades. They might return a diamond hoping to get in with the spade ace so that they can cash their partner's queen of diamonds. I think that's got to be the best plan. So let's try that. East does win the ace and returns A. Rude. Also rude. Also rude. Uh-huh. Well, this didn't go exactly the way that we were hoping. Yeah, ace, queen, 10 of spades. They can, of course, afford to cash the spade ace. I wonder if East would have done this if they were missing the spade queen, though. I think we came up with a good try. Feels like it's going to be another flat board, though. Board 13, I see we're in a 4-3 fid. I assume this must be partners doing again. We've opened a diamond in third seat. A spade by West. Negative double by partner. 2 diamonds by East. 2 spades by West. Our partner bids 3 clubs. I really don't like 3 hearts. I think I would just pass. If partner truly had a 5th heart, they would make a second takeout double. So partner's marked with 4-card heart suit. I would strongly expect them to have 6 clubs on this type of auction. I mean, I think in general they should probably just be making a second takeout double. So 3 clubs really is just like a 6-card suit in this spot. Partner had a 3 diamond bid. Why did partner bid 3 clubs and not 3 diamonds? It's because it's the cheapest bid that describes their hand, right? They have 4 hearts and 4 clubs, and that's what this shows. 3 diamonds would also show 4 hearts and 4 diamonds. But we opened a diamond, partner. Why would you want to play in something where we don't have a fit? Whoops. Okay, so I've done a little bit worse than the robots on this one. I ended in a 4-2 fit. Maybe human bidding would arrive in the 4-4 diamond fit, or 2 spades doubled for that matter, which is probably the place to be. How do you call the auction? 4 hearts and 5 clubs, canapé? Bidding, yeah, canapé means you bid your shorter suit first. So it's kind of like a call, where you could have a 5-card minor. You'll open one of a major with a 4-card suit, and then you have a longer minor suit. I don't know, maybe you don't do that in a call. I'm really not an a call expert. But yeah, the English term is canapé. That's not a call? All right, listen here, Mr. I've played a call for 50 years and know all the ins and outs of the system, because I have not. I have not played a call for 50 years. Well, this looks pretty rough. I mean, I guess the play is to rough 2 spades in North's hand, using the Diamond King as an entry. Plan to rough a club in South's hand. It's just like cross rough and hope for the best. What's the alternative? I guess we could like try and pull trumps and set up diamonds. Yeah, that seems dumb. All right, king of spades to the ace. Maybe West covers the 10 of spades with the queen. And then we drop East Jack third. No, looks unlikely. All right, do I duck a club now, or do I play a diamond to the king? I think I duck a club. Uh-huh. That's kind of a weird trick, isn't it? East underled the ace of hearts here. I mean, surely they would want to prevent as many spade roughs as possible in dummy. If I could rough a club low in my hand, we might be able to score an extra club via, like, roughing with the queen of hearts later. It's not safe, right? It's definitely not safe to just go ace of clubs, club rough. West might over rough and play a trump, and then I'm in huge trouble. Okay, let's rough a spade first. Diamond to the king. Club to the ace. I think I'm going to go for it. Club rough, diamond to the ace, club. Try and make the contract. Aha! We did it! Look at us go. I don't think I'm taking any more tricks. 140. Why would East return a low heart? That's such a weird play. They just gave away a contract for free. Did 3 hearts promise 4? No, 3 hearts only promised 3. I don't know why they would think I'd ever have 4 hearts in this auction, but... Board 14, 3 boards to go. We've opened 2 diamonds of South. This has been a really good day. Just FYI, we've had some good sets, or some good boards today. I don't know if all of them have been very good. But this is the best of our 3 days so far. We opened 2 diamonds. Everyone passed. We get a club lead. We apparently have a bunch of heart losers and spade losers and trump losers. No club losers, though. That's good news. 6, 7, 8? Really? That's a very suspicious card. I guess the 6 of clubs is high from a doubleton then? I mean, that's very unfortunate news. Because now if I ever cash the club ace, East might be able to play a third club throw, promoting some of West trump tricks. I mean, it's like barely possible that West has led the 6 of clubs from Queen 10 6 third, but would East really play the 8 at trick 1? Maybe. I don't know, I guess. It's kind of tempting to not touch trumps at all. I don't know why. It just kind of feels like one of those hands where maybe instead of trying to pull trumps, I just let the opponents cash a bunch of tricks, and then I'm going to get end played into leading trumps out of my hand. I don't know. Maybe this is a bad plan. The thing is, if I like squander the spade ace, cash a club, pitching a spade, and then lead a diamond, I'm just very confident that West has club shortness. So even if I play like a diamond to the 10 and it forces out the ace, eventually East will get in and start pumping clubs through. I would basically need East to have Jack 9 third of diamonds. I could play for that. It's not crazy. So instead of diamond to the 10, I could play diamond to the 8, for example. I could also presume that West is long in diamonds and try like diamond to the king, hoping East has ace doubleton. Alright, let's win the king of clubs. So, does it ever make sense to just like try and play on hearts first? I mean, I could also just lead diamonds out of hand. It doesn't seem so crazy to me. Like if I go king of diamonds, and let's say West wins the ace and returns a club, I could rough in hand and go queen of diamonds diamond. Obviously, if I go king of diamonds and West wins and switches to spades, then I don't like my position as much. But I think West is pretty likely to continue clubs. They're looking for this rough, right? So okay, let's do it. I think I like this plan. Long tank from West, ace of diamonds. Not necessarily good news. East could still have Jack 9 third. There's the club continuation. So we get to rough. I'll go king of diamonds. There's the 9, 10 of diamonds. West plays the jack. Switches to the jack of hearts. Naughty. Very naughty. All right, so West started with 4 diamonds, 2 clubs. If they have 4 hearts, they have 3 spades. I could duck this. A heart comes back. East wins. If he switches to clubs, I get to discard, and West is roughing air. I still have the 9 of clubs. That would be West's last trump. Or actually, if East ever switches to clubs, I can rough and then pull the last trump. That's even better. But yeah, so East has to switch to spades at some point, but that's just really bad for me, isn't it? I could cover. I mean, maybe East has the ace king of hearts and the queen jack of clubs, and that's it. But then West would have let a spade. King, queen, jack of spades. Yeah, I don't think East has all of these cards. This is definitely a surrounding play. I'm going to play low. Okay. Yeah, there's the spade switch. Man, I feel like I did almost everything right. Just could not manage to score this club ace. All right, down 2. So could I have done better? Let's think. I could have lost 3 hearts, 1 spade, and 2 diamonds. Yeah, I could have got out for down 1. I mean, the fact was that I was able to pin the 9 of diamonds, which helped out. Maybe I should have just played for that from the start. I could have won the second club with the ace of clubs, given up on this fantasy to pull trumps that I had, and just effectively conceded whatever tricks the opponents were going to get. But with the 9 of diamonds on side, I would have been a-okay. I don't know. So that's going to be a bad board. Other players, I think, will just like cash all of their high tricks and get lucky when the 9 of diamonds is with East instead of West. 2 boards to go. 15. Pass, pass. Partner opens a no trump. East bids 2 hearts, hearts and a minor. We bid 2-no Lebensal. So it looks like our plan is to invite with spades. Seems reasonable. 3 clubs, 3 spades, invite. Partner raises to 4. Partner's counting their 17 highs and thinking that this is a good hand, when in reality they're looking at Queen Doubleton in the opponent's suit. Okay, well, opening heart lead. We have a heart loser, a club loser, and a trump loser at the very least. We're going to need to pick up the jack of spades. Probably hook West for that card. Although East is somewhat likely to have the spade ace. So I'm wondering if I want to win the second heart in North's hand and lead a low spade towards the queen. We can never pick up ace-jack 4th of spades with West. They have the spot cards. So I think I do want to lead a low spade to the queen and then plan on running the 10 of spades later. Not thrilled about the diamond switch. I was going to use that suit for communication, but it's probably okay. We kind of need to decide now, though. Like, I could win the diamond in hand and run the 10 of spades immediately. If East really started with a singleton diamond, they're much more likely to have a doubleton spade. I suppose East could have 3 spades, right? They're not vulnerable. This doesn't really promise 5-5. They say 4 or more hearts. I've definitely seen the robots make this bid with 4 hearts, but the fact that West never supported hearts, I think it's pretty likely East has 5 or even 6 of them. I guess I'm gonna win it in dummy. Did not matter. All right, down 1. Minus 100. East did have 6 hearts. Last board. So probably another flat one, although it's obviously possible that people will play different spot cards or something, and that might affect the defense. 3 diamonds. West opens 2 spades. Pass, pass. We balance 3 diamonds. Sure we do. I would definitely double in the balancing seat. But I know the robots believe that doubles promise 3 cards in every unbid suit. You know, very similar to how board 7 double promised 3 cards in every unbid suit twice. Yeah, they really need to get reprogrammed for their takeout doubles. Well, I'm in 3 diamonds. King of spades lead. King from ace king. Since I was on the verge of playing spade honors the other way, the fact that it doesn't matter is not so bad. I mean, yeah, I'm not really sure. I just think that there are definitely going to be people who make the contract because of robot randomness. Like, to win these things, not only do you need to get deals where there's a variety of different scores, since 50% is not going to cut it for the top spots, but also you need to play the spot cards that confuse the robots into doing the wrong thing on defense. And there doesn't seem to be a method for doing so. Like, against human opponents, I think my spot card, quote-unquote randomization, but I have like reasons for playing the spot cards I do, actually is rather confusing to them. But for the robots, they just like simulate and calculate things. They don't care about the spot cards you play, for the most part. Heart switch is weird. You would think West would want their partner to ruff the good queen of spades. Okay. So diamonds could be 4-1. I mean, if diamonds are 3-2, it's not as if I'm out of the woods yet. Am I? I guess I am if diamonds... no, not exactly, right? Yeah, we once again have some decisions to make, because if East has the Queen of Hearts, then I can guess the Queen of Clubs. Either East will get squeezed, or the Queen of Clubs is just on side and I can pick it up with a finesse. West's heart switch is a little concerning to me. It makes me think the Club Queen is offside. Because if West had the Queen of Clubs, I think they actually would want their partner to ruff that Spade Queen. There wouldn't be so much urgency in cashing the Ace of Hearts, because West believes it's going away. All right, let's play the Queen of Spades. Let's see what East does. They pitch a heart. What can I do if East does 4 diamonds? Because I think at this point, if diamonds are splitting, I could pitch a heart, play a diamond to the queen, ruff a heart, ace king of clubs, ruff a club, and my hand's good. But if East does 4 diamonds, can I do anything about that? I mean, again, I could play for the squeeze, right? I could pull trumps and play for East to have both the Queen of Hearts and Queen of Clubs, which honestly seems pretty likely at this point, given that East has pitched a heart and not a club. I just don't see a surefire way to make all the rest of the tricks. Like, let's say I pitch a heart, and I try for some sort of trump coup thing. I go ace king of clubs, I ruff a club low as West shows out. I go king of hearts, heart ruff, club ruff, I'm stuck in my hand. I could go ace king of clubs, club ruff low as West shows out, heart ruff, club. No, then East pitches a heart. I'm pretty sure I do just have to play for the squeeze, or decide that trumps are 3-2. Well, trumps have split. Okay, back to the drawing board, right? I would really love to ruff this Jack of Hearts in partner's hand. Ace king of clubs, club ruff. East might pitch another heart. I mean, there's just not much I can do about it if that's what's happening. Okay. Made 4. Maybe I made this a little bit more complicated than it had to be. But 130. How did we do today? I mean, I think we had a pretty good set today. Unfortunately, it's just not going to be enough. Whoa, really? There's no way. I don't believe any of these results. 3 no Trump down 1 was a 0? I'm sorry, excuse me. See, this is what I mean by robot randomness. I wasn't thinking that this would ever be a 0, but apparently my play of the Jack of Diamonds at trick 1, which I think was a pretty well-reasoned play, and if the Queen of Spades was over here in West, probably would have worked out, ends up in just scoring a 0. Board 14, we got close to a 0 as well. 2 diamonds. This one's less surprising to me, because as I said, I think people will just cash the ace of clubs and try and rough a club back to hand, you know, maybe not even realizing that the 6 of clubs was from a doubleton, and it just kind of works out because the 9 of diamonds is over here with East. But yeah, I mean, I was under the impression that this was kind of a flat board. We would have been around 60%. Bunch of pretty nice results throughout the day.